Hello friends, welcome to our channel BongVoyage Ecoscape, another episode of Urban Life. And as I told you earlier, today I am going to tell you about conflict. You are very much astonished why I am talking about conflict, because in urban life I must tell you one thing. This is a one topic that creates a lot of stress among ourselves living in an urban society. Wherever you see, you will feel a conflicting situation everywhere. So it's our responsibility, or rather you can say we are thinking, we are making a research, and we just day before yesterday I'm talking with my colleagues about why the people start fighting among each other, why there is a conflicting situation, and this conflicting situation or a conflict is a basic reason of our stresses. So let's start our show. Myself Prabesh, and I welcome you all to another episode of Urban Life. And today we will be going to deal about the conflict and how to manage the conflict. So the shows as itself name as the reason behind the conflict. So get started. Friends, we are very much aware of the fact that give us a very impetus. First, let me tell you about what is conflict. The conflict is like a situation or the scenario that arises or started because of some dissatisfaction. Whenever you feel dissatisfied with something between the two people, among the people, then we get a conflicting situation. But let me tell you one thing, friends. There must be a different elements that can start a conflicting situation, but there is one and only one reason behind any sort of conflict. Yes, friends, there is no other reason, there is only one reason. Whenever you find any conflicting situation, you start try to find it out whether these things are missing in that place. I'm talking about that thing that creates a conflicting situation. What I call it resources. Scarcity of resources is the basic cause or the basic reason behind any of the conflicting situation, be it in among a person within himself, or between the two person, or among the group of people. That creates a conflicting situation. Before getting into conflict, let me tell you one thing. There are different types of conflict. Actually, basically, there are, if you broadly divide that, conflict are of two types. One, the conflicting situations within ourselves, that is called the inside us. Within an individual, there is a conflicting situation, to be or not to be. Do I get into the medical exam, or I get into the engineering? Do I go for the classical stream of work, or do I in a professional field? After graduation, do I pursue my general stream, or I get into the management? These are the situations that rise to the conflicting situation, but these are the within a individual. But here I am talking about the conflict between the two people or a group of people. Different types of political parties are there. They are within their conflicting situations because they have the different objectives. They have their own objectives. That's why they conflict. But what I want to tell you is about a person who is being invested with the conflicting situations because of the 5 resources. There are 5 resources, and the devoid of such resources or the scarcity of such resources creates the conflicting situation. The first one is men. Men means I am talking about the men, women, everyone is a person involved in that scenario. Scarcity of such resources scarcity of the men in a process can lead to a conflicting situation. Second comes the material. Means there is something, a particular thing that's required by the two people, and that is a material, and that scarcity of such resources could be a conflicting situations. Next comes machines. the instruments, that part of a business process or within an individual life, that can create a conflicting situations. Next comes money. It is a important resources that creates the conflicting situation. What is that? That is money. Everybody is moving or running for the money. So that's money is the most important thing, and that creates a conflicting situation. And last but not the least, this is the most important resources in today's life, that creates a lot of problem, that creates a lot of conflicting situation, and this is none other than the minutes. I call it minutes because it's a time. Time is a certain resources that each and everyone is running out of the time in today's world. So the time is the resources that going to create a conflicting situation. Now I already discussed about all these 5 resources. Let's recap. First is man, then is material, then machines, money, and the minute. These are the 5 M's, all the resources that creates a conflicting situation if it's not present in appropriate proportions in a particular system, whether it's a business system or an individual's life or a family life or between the 2 people. Now let me explain each of these resources in very elaborately so that you can understand better. Now let's take the question of the men. Now in an office scenario, when there is a staff shortage, right? Assignment came into the office and the boss told that you have to make it finalized because the next month's audit will be soon. In that scenario, when there is a lack of human resources, 1 or 2 of the staff took the leave, or something had happened to them that they have to get into the leave. That creates a acute staff shortage, and all the assignments comes on the shoulders of the 2 people. Now they will going to conflict among each other. Why we are the people that we have to work for this organization? So these are the scenario can come in case of the man as a resources. Now the next thing is the most important is the time. You can able to now time is basically, this is what I call it a minute. The last M of the 5 resources is time. This is the one and only thing that we cannot, is very difficult to handle or difficult to manage this thing. If a person is can able to manage his or her time or the resources, maybe he can avoid a lot of conflicting situations. Believe it or not, that's true. Let's take an example of a couple, a happy couple. After the marriage, they are residing happily, they are living happily. But one day, the more of the for the more work related pressures, that guy couldn't able to give the time to his wife. Might be giving the time, but if it goes on, keep on going on, that a person couldn't able to manage and cannot give the time, leads to a great problem. Not only that, in an office also, if you cannot able to manage your time, you cannot able to manage a student. If you couldn't able to manage his or her time, he have to attend the different tuitions. And moreover, he used to get into a lot of extracurricular activities. Still also he is doing such things and he cannot able to manage his time. Then it's a very conflicting situation, and because of this time we develop the stress. So it's our duty, is our responsibility to figure out the priorities. In that case, now I'm going to tell you how we're going to manage all these resources. A very simple way, because all other resources can be dealt tell about you. This is a bonus factor that every day I used to take. I emphasize on the particular elements, that is time. The time I am going to tell you about how you are going to manage these resources, because this is the only one and most important cause of a conflict, and that leads to a stress. So time. For in any of the assignment, whether you are a kid or a office goer or a working lady or anyone in urban life, think very carefully about the time. What we have to do, what I used to do in my office and in my personal life, I prioritize the work. That's most important. First you have to prioritize and then do that work. If you can do that, you can able to manage time, because that time is very constant factor. 24 hours is constant for everyone. So for 24 hours, how much work you are A is doing, B is doing, or C is doing. So according to their priority, you have to make the schedule, and if you can able to manage the schedule, maybe you can able to manage the time. Once you get manage the time, there is a lesser amount of the conflicting situation. This is a little bit of about the conflicting management or a conflicting situation. Hope you guys liked our program. If you really liked our program, please don't forget to hit that bell icon. And those who have new to my show, please subscribe to our channel BongVoyage with Ecoscape, because every day we are giving you different videos, motivational videos, and the things dealing in this urban life. Maybe this urban life is giving you a impetus to work it properly. Hope you guys liked our show. For today only, signing off for now. Maybe in the next episode I am going to discuss about the motivation. What are the things that motivates ourselves? What are the reason behind the motivation? I am going to tell you all of this in my next episode. Thank you, take care, and bye. Conflict, and that leads to a stress. So time for in any of the assignment, whether you're a kid or a office goer or a working lady or anyone in urban life, think very carefully about the time. What we have to do, what I used to do in my office and in my personal life, I prioritize the work. That's most important. First you have to prioritize and then do that work. If you can do that, you can able to manage time, because that time is very constant factor, na? 24 hours for is constant for everyone. So for 24 hours, how much work you are A is doing, B is doing, or C is doing. So according to their priority, you have to make the schedule, and if you can able to manage the schedule, maybe you can able to manage the time. Once you get manage the time, there is a lesser amount of the conflicting situation. This is a little bit of about the conflicting management or a conflicting situation. Hope you guys liked our program. If you really liked our program, please don't forget to hit that bell icon. And those who have new to my show, please subscribe to our channel BongVoyage with Ecoscape, because every day we are giving you different videos, motivational videos, and the things dealing in this urban life. Maybe this urban life is giving you a impetus to work it properly. Hope you guys liked our show. For today only, signing off for now. Maybe in the next episode I am going to discuss about the motivation. What are the things that motivates ourselves? What are the reason behind the motivation? I am going to tell you all of this in my next episode. Thank you, take care, and bye.